Kylian Mbappé, Carlo Ancelotti knows when to be a father, when to be a boss, when to be a friend, and when to be a coach. He's a legendary coach, and it's great to have someone like Ancelotti. Eduardo Camavinga invited Jorge, a visually impaired young fan, along with his family, to the Santiago Bernabéu. Breaking: Kevin De Bruyne announces he will leave Manchester City at the end of this season. Kevin De Bruyne has never won the Premier League Player of the Month award in his 10 seasons with Manchester City. He has 2 months left. Arsenal, Liverpool, and Nottingham Forest have identified Mohamed Salah from Wolfsburg as a cheaper striker option this summer. Manchester United is ready to more than triple Kobbie Mainoo's current weekly wage of around £30,000. However, they are not willing to meet Mainoo's demands of £150,000 per week. Bruno Fernandes has been named Premier League Player of the Month for March. Arsenal could offload up to 11 players to boost their spending power this summer: Zinchenko, Kiwior, Fate, Jorginho, Tierney, Tavares, Lokonga, Nelson, Vieira, Trossard, Tomiyasu, Sterling, and Net. Official: Fabian Schär, 33, has signed a new contract with Newcastle until the end of the 2025-2026 season. He's been at the club for 8 years. Newcastle signed him from Deportivo La Coruña for around £3 million. Manchester United is interested in Bayer Leverkusen defender Piero Hincapié, who has a £42 million release clause. Matchday 30 in the Premier League is over. Matchday 31 begins tomorrow. The Spotify Camp Nou is a candidate to host the 2035 Rugby World Cup final. Happy birthday to Harvey Elliott. Mohamed Salah is close to finalizing a new deal with Liverpool after the club finally met his financial demands. Following the 3-1 loss to Reims, OM coach Roberto De Zerbi told his players on Monday, "I won't train you today." The players, feeling abandoned, responded, "Then we won't train either." Steven Gerrard says he fully intends to return to coaching after leaving Al Ettifaq earlier this year. Nasser Al-Khelaifi is at the center of a new legal case. Miriam, his former assistant at BN and PSG, is suing him for unfair dismissal. Jose Mourinho is being considered for the Brazil national team job. He joins Jorge Jesus, Abel Ferreira, and Carlo Ancelotti on the shortlist. Barcelona wants to sign Moise Kean this summer. His release clause is set at €52 million. Federico Chiesa has been contacted by AS Roma, who are interested in a loan move for next season. Lamine Yamal has contributed to at least 1 goal in all 4 Copa del Rey matches he has played for Barcelona this season. Facundo Medina is expected to leave Lens this summer. Several clubs are interested: Marseille, Crystal Palace, Leverkusen, and AS Roma. Juventus wants to sign Sandro Tonelli from Newcastle, valuing the 24-year-old at around £70 million. Jose Mourinho could face a 10-match suspension for his gesture. Sergio Canales, a familiar face in La Liga, is making headlines in Mexico. The former Betis player ended up in the hospital with 10 stitches after an altercation with his coach. Outraged, Canales reportedly broke a glass door with his left leg, causing a serious injury. Liverpool is planning a move for Real Madrid's talented playmaker Arda Güler. Aston Villa are also interested. A meeting is ongoing regarding the Copa del Rey final between the Federation, Madrid, and Barcelona, to discuss ticket distribution and the organization of the match on Saturday, April 26, in Seville. Since arriving in Europe, Julian Alvarez has never lost a league title and has won at least 1 trophy every season. These streaks could end this season, with Atletico Madrid 9 points off first place in La Liga and out of the Champions League in Copa del Rey. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez is ready to meet with Enzo Fernandez's representatives to discuss a summer move from Chelsea. Chelsea is considering a €70 million summer bid for Brazilian teenager Endrick, who has struggled for regular playing time at Real Madrid this season. Dani Ceballos is back in training with the ball. The most likely scenario is that Fran Gonzalez plays against Valencia, and Courtois returns against Arsenal. Lunin has suffered a muscle tear in his left foot and will be assessed today. The staff is confident Courtois will be ready for the first leg against Arsenal. However, Mendy remains very doubtful. Andre Lunin could be out for 4 weeks. Bayern Munich plays Augsburg today in the league. Leroy Sane is close to signing a new 3-year deal with Bayern, including a pay cut. Here are Harry Kane's new red Skechers boots. Enzo Fernandes was named man of the match yesterday against Tottenham. Today, former Real Madrid player Sami Khedira turns 38. The German midfielder played 161 games for Real Madrid between 2010 and 2015, scored 9 goals, and won 7 trophies. He also won the World Cup in 2014 as a Madrid player. Manchester United is interested in Matheus Cunha, but the player is keen on Champions League football. Omer Solit, 25, is catching the eye in the Premier League. Just 4 months after joining Udinese, the former Lion defender is being tracked by Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. PSG could sign Kylian Mbappé, 2005. The 19-year-old winger is already training with the Espoirs team, and feedback has been very positive. Mbappé is a free agent after his club KMSK Dienz, Belgian 2nd Division, went bankrupt. There's strong belief in Diego Aguado as a talent worthy of playing for the first team. Eder Militao is back training with the ball. Victor Gyökeres's representatives were very impressed after talks with Arsenal. They are very pleased with what they heard after Arsenal increased their interest in the striker. Ange Postecoglou, DR is killing the game. Football is no longer the same. The ref gave a goal, then took 6 minutes to cancel it. It's crazy. It ruins the show, but no one seems to care. That's the way it is, mate. Leicester City may appoint Danny Röhl as the new head coach if Ruud van Nistelrooy leaves the club in the event of relegation. UEFA President Alexander Ceferin has rejected FIFA's proposal to expand the 2030 World Cup to 64 teams, calling it a bad idea, claiming it would harm the tournament. Nico Williams' representatives expect him to be placed in the same salary bracket as Odegaard, Havertz, Rice, and Saka, around £250,000 per week, if he is to join Arsenal. N'Golo Kanté has held talks with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer over a possible move to Besiktas this summer. Manchester United has made Udinese striker Lorenzo Luca their top summer transfer target. He's valued at €22 million and has scored 10 goals in Serie A this season. Today we remember the legendary Ray Wilkins, who passed away 7 years ago. Chelsea is very confident about bringing back Mark Guéhi, the defender who began his career at the club. Tottenham is hoping to avoid losing Dejan Kulusevski this summer amid serious interest from AC Milan and Napoli. Manchester City's FA Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest will be played on Sunday, April 27th. Martin Zubimendi would prefer to join Real Madrid this summer but acknowledges that Arsenal is making greater efforts to sign him. Chelsea wins 1-0 in the London Derby against Tottenham. The Blues climb back into the top 4. The Spurs stagnate in 14th place. Arne Slot will push for Liverpool to sign Ronald Araujo this summer if Virgil van Dijk leaves the club. Here are the young stars of the 2006 World Cup. Subscribe for daily football news.